So, was the segment bestseller ready to relinquish the title to the cheaper and more aggressive Xylo? Well, almost 6 months down the line, the jury is still out on that. Both seem to occupy a different end of the MUV market, but it has to be said, after 18,000 Xylos sold, that they do vie for the same customer in many ways. So here goes. CMB is putting them up for a big fight. Styling, well, let's quickly talk about it. It's very individual. I always say this, it depends on what you like, but there is something distinct about both these vehicles, and that's great for me because I can actually say that, look, you're not comparing apples with apples here. Xylo first, since it's the newest entrant into the market. Sporty, butch, masculine, ready for action, and tough. I think these are the best ways to describe the attributes of the styling on the Xylo. With the new Innova, and I'm saying new because, of course, it's the new upgraded version that's coming to the market. Here's what's interesting that Toyota has done, and perhaps this was simultaneously sort of done to coincide with the Xylo launch, or perhaps this is purely serendipitous, but Innova has gone with now a slightly upmarket look. It's not so much about sporty action or agility, it's more about being a little bit frou-frou, a little high-end. So what are you getting? Well, basically you've got the new grille in the front, which is very different to look at compared to the old Innova. A lot more chrome, the nice jeweled clear headlamps in the front. So the whole point being that if you compare the face of that car and you compare the face of this one, well, then you got two distinct identities: sporty, young, masculine, and this one is, of course, elegant, upmarket, and slightly more high-end in its overall stance. Staying with styling, a very quick word on the back of the vehicle. You know, the Xylo, I said this earlier as well, it's this part of the vehicle which I'm not so crazy about, because this could have been a lot more flamboyant. It could have been a little bit more coupe-like, nice gentle curve coming down. They've done this to try and get more space inside, so that's fine. But then, you know, in terms of overall sexiness, this is what kills it for me. The tail lamp is nice. The tailgate is also pretty nice and chunky looking. So overall, in terms of the rear, it works, but it could have been a lot sexier, like I said. In the case of the Innova, what you're seeing is the same line that you've been used to seeing. So nothing dramatically different about the way the back of the vehicle finishes off. But here's the distinct thing again. In terms of styling, even though both these vehicles are pitted against each other, the Xylo looks very much the part of being part SUV-ish, definitely MUV. This one, though, on the other hand, looks completely minivan-like. So they have very distinct identities when it comes to styling, and even the rear of the vehicle reflects something similar. So neither is gorgeous, but the Innova certainly has better proportions and build quality, while the Xylo is the ugly duckling. The appeal of the Xylo is in its taller ride height and road presence, though, and once on the road, the two are once again characteristic in their own way. The Xylo is a definite improvement in ride quality when compared with previous Mahindras. There is still a perceptible bounce too. The Innova is comparatively smoother with not much apparent roll. It is also neater on acceleration and has an easier gear shift. Ride height is not terrific in the Innova, but its cornering, overall handling and road manners remain superior. Bigger tires would help make the ride even more pleasurable though, especially in the back. Neither car will inspire the race car driver in you, though where the Innova lacks the Xylo's grunt, it makes up by way of response.
Tubar.com